we need to start issuing staking reward to the NFT holders. But first, we have to make sure that our staking reward calculation has been done properly and it's given the amount of tokens that we are intending to hand out to NFT holders, okay? So with that, we need to go back and do some math. I know, math. Oh my God, I don't know you, but I cannot stand math. But here I am. I'm coding and developing in blockchain. No, it's not that hard. Let's go. I'm going to show you a very simple way of doing ERC-20 token staking reward calculation. Boom, let's go. Okay. So, in this video, what we're going to do, we are going to review a simple formula to issue ERC-20 token to our NFT holders. To issue those staking rewards token based on the reward calculation that we are going to add onto the staking smart contract. I know there's other ways to do it, but I believe this is a simple way to issue reward tokens. And it's by using block timestamp. What is block timestamp? It's basically the time in the blockchain when a block gets processed. So we have that timestamp and that generates a number. So we can use that number to set the start of a staking period or a staking cycle. And the moment the user unstakes that NFT or claim the rewards, that is the other timestamp. That will be the moment the cycle stops or the staking cycle stops, and then the rewards are issued. So why is that is important? It is important because we need to reset the counter, or we need to reset the staking reward counter, because if not, we're gonna continue giving staking rewards if someone unstaked the NFT. No. We need to make sure that if someone unstakes the NFT, that counter gets reset back to 0. And then the moment the NFT gets staked back, it starts counting once again. But also we need to know how many tokens are we issuing per day, per hour, per minute, per second, okay? So let's go ahead, let's jump in. I am going to do a quick presentation. I'm just gonna discuss the math behind it. It's one way of doing it. There's other mechanisms that don't rely on block timestamp, because block timestamp can be prone to attacks. There's mechanisms like, shifting the time. Again, I'm not gonna go deep into what it causes a block timestamp attack in the case of shifting the clock backwards so then the holder gets more NFTs and all that. I know that it's not as simple as that. There's way more to do to make that happen. But again, it's something that is that's a scenario that, if the contract is not done properly, it could happen. So let's go ahead and let's jump right in. So let's do a little bit of math. Oh my God, math. So many memories. Okay. Okay. So if you remember the staking smart contract, there is a function called claim. In that function is where we calculate the block rewards. How many ERC-20 tokens are we intending to issue per staking cycle? Usually the staking cycle is done daily. So every day we'll do the calculation based on days, right? So day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth. So this right here is where that magic happens. We got the stake timestamp and we got the block timestamp. That's how we know when this block was processed. When did you send that Ethereum from wallet 1 to wallet 2? It has a timestamp. That's how we know when it was transferred. Any activity on the blockchain will have a timestamp to it, and that is usually how we set the particular moment or the time when some action or function was executed, okay? And what are we trying to look for? We want to record the moment someone staked an NFT. So we want to get that number and make sure that we start the counter with that measure, or at least that time that it was executed. That will be the start of the counter, okay? And we need to also get the time on the blockchain or the latest block timestamp when the claim function was executed. So for that, I am going to grab these two lines, which is basically the reward mechanism or the reward formula. This is how we calculate how much are we going to give to that NFT holder if he or she decides to stake the NFT, okay? So let me go ahead and copy that, and I have a presentation that I want to run so we can take a look at that. Okay, so here we go. First thing I'm gonna do, I am going to go ahead and paste that formula right here, or the Solidity code in the staking smart contract. And we are going to change the color on this. So let me go ahead and change this to black. That should be fine. We need to know how many blocks are processed on a particular time frame. We need to know how many blocks are processed in a certain period of time. And the way we can know that is by opening and searching on Google or any other search engine. You should find the answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Google. Okay, Ethereum block time. In the Ethereum blockchain, the average block time is between 12 to 14 seconds, okay? So every time I have a block process, it's going to be usually from 12 to 14 seconds, okay? So that's how long it takes for a block, okay? Or at least the time for each block. It's literally placed in between 12 and 14 seconds, okay? So as blocks are processed in the blockchain, you know, that usually is 12 to 14 seconds, okay? All right, let's go back. Very easy to find information, okay? Awesome. So next thing I'm going to do, knowing that we know it's 10 to 12 seconds, okay? Now I am going to do the following, okay? I am going to create a variable called rewardmath, right? And that variable, what I'm going to calculate is the amount of rewards. And this is not necessarily I'm gonna issue 100 ETH or 100 tokens. No. This is the measurement in ETH of how many. It's kind of a percentage, you know, APR, you know, percentage, APR, okay? So you're basically using that measurement to hand out the rewards, okay? So you need to identify and record the time when someone hit that claim button or unstake button, because both are the same, are invoking the claim. One is just removing the NFT from the vault, but it's also doing the claim because the user will receive the staked tokens, okay? And also the staked at, meaning that I have another variable, and you know what? I'm going to also write that so you know where it comes from. This is literally me assigning a value based on the smart contract. Let me go to the smart contract so we can go back. And literally you can see it right here. So staked at is equal to stake when we hit the stake function and we decided to stake an NFT, then what time did that happen? So that will be the moment we stake that NFT. It's that timestamp. I need that to start the counter, okay? Let me go back. Okay, and that will be divided by, this is a day in seconds, 86,400 seconds, it's 24 hours or a day. So what we are going to do, we are going to multiply, but first we have to subtract the moment it was staked versus the moment it was unstaked or claimed. Okay, so we have to subtract that from that, and that will give us a value, which then we will multiply by 100, then we will divide by 86,400. Okay, so let's assume the following, right? Let's say someone, right, staked at this timestamp, so this particular timestamp, and let's say it was 19.3. I'm just making a number on, you know, let's say, because numbers on the blockchain. Let me go back. You know what? Let's use a real number. Let's go to Etherscan. Okay, and you can see here, this is the number. So that's the block, right? So that's a particular block. So we got, each timestamp. Let me go right here, 20 seconds ago. If we go back and let's go this one, 38 seconds ago. So if you see, it's like 12 to 14 seconds every time there's a block in the blockchain process. Let's say I staked for literally, or I staked and claimed right away. Okay, so in this case, I staked for a second. Just gonna make something up. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to grab this, and this will be the amount of time that the NFT was held in the vault, right? From this moment to this moment, it's literally the time that the NFT was staked on the vault. That's the amount of time that it lasted on the staking vault, or at least that was the amount of time the claims were not requested. So the claims were just counting and counting and counting. So let's say I staked and claim right away, and I only did it for like 1 second, or at least the first block. Okay, so 1 second. Now we're going to multiply that by 100, which we know it's 100. We are now going to divide that by 86,400. Let's bring our good old math, which is a calculator. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to subtract 100, 86,400. And that gives us, and we can just grab this last right here. So this is basically the output of reward math. This is the value that we obtain if stayed for 1 second. So 1 times 100, then divided by the amount of seconds on a day, which is 86,400. Now we got that value. So reward math equals this. What we need to do now, we need to obtain earned. Earn, it's reward math, which is the first liner here, divided by 100. Okay? And then earned is equal to, let's see, let's go back. So now earned, it's equals, let me go ahead, divide this by 100. So now 100 divided by 0.001157. Okay, so that it's literally the earn value. Okay, so let me go ahead and paste that here. Oops. And that will be the token earned in a second, right? So we staked, unstaked, or staked and claimed, and we got this on a second. Okay, so now here comes the fun part. What will be if we staked for a full minute? How much are we going to earn? Simple. Let's go to the calculator. So if that's a second, right? How many seconds are in a minute? 60 seconds. Okay. Times 60. Those are 60 seconds. And it gives us a value of 6942. 0.006942, which we then are going to say a minute staked equals to this amount. Now, let's multiply this by 60, which will be an hour. Okay, so this is literally the minute. It's multiplying the seconds. This is in for a second equals to this, right? Then a minute staked, it's literally this multiplied by 60 will give us this value. Okay, then now we want to know in an hour how much are we going to earn. So we are going to, again, times 60 will give us our staked. Let's see that amount. Okay, times 60, we are earning this amount. And let's now multiply this by 24, which is a full day, because this is an hour times 24 hours. Let's see how much do we earn for a single NFT staked for 24 hours if we set this formula accordingly, okay, in the smart contract. Now let's say 1 day staked earning. Let's do the math and see how much it is. Now we are going to multiply 0.416252 times 24. It's 1 token. One token staking reward token. So that is this is the calculation to award a token per day per NFT stake. Now, if I want 2 tokens to be issued per NFT per day, what do you think we need to do here? That will be 2 tokens. I want to issue 10 tokens per NFT per day staked. How much do you think it is? 100. We'll add a 0, and that will be 10 tokens right here. That's it. Literally, that's the math. Let's say now, if we obtain this value, right, we need to make sure that we also display that on the React website. And we need to not only update the claim function, but there is one called earningInfo that we also have to update. Okay, so what we're going to do, let me bring the smart contract, and we're going to make sure that we update the smart contract accordingly. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring that. So there you have it. Before I close the slide, you have it right here. So this is literally all it's doing. You're gonna see this liner right here. Rewardmath, it's, let's say with one token per day per NFT. Literally, this is the formula. It's 100 times, this is the time it was staked minus the time that it was claimed or unstaked, divided by 86,400, which will give us this value. Then that value we are going to divide by 100, and that will be the second earn, which will be this value. So then we multiply that value because it's a second. Every second you're going to earn this amount. Then times 60. We are then going to earn this amount. Then we want to know how much it's going to be per hour. It's going to be times 60 because 60 minutes is an hour. Then we will earn this amount times 24 hours. It's 0.99. Something. It's 1 token. Keep in mind, this is block timestamp. It's not specific, or it's not accurate. That's the term. It's not accurate because it can fluctuate between the time you staked and unstaked versus the time the block was processed and was not processed. So you keep that in mind because it's not going to be a perfect one. It could be 102 or it could be 99, right? But at the end of the day, this is a good way to issue token rewards. That's how you do it. So let's say you want to issue 10 tokens per day per NFT. It's 1,000 here. This is where you set that amount. If you just want 1 token per NFT per day, it's 100. So if you want to issue 5 tokens per NFT per day, this will be 500, and so forth. Okay, so that's it. Let me go back. Let me show the code, and we're just going to modify, make sure that the code is ready for us to implement, and we are going to go from there. So let me go ahead and find the code. You open Remix right here. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so this is Remix. So make sure I am going to share the updated staking smart contract with this formula so you can give it a shot, try it out. Okay, so you can see it right here. What I ended up doing was literally adding a UINT256 variable that equals 0 because we want to start this counter with 0. The same counter with earn, we start with 0. So we had to make sure that it's always 0. Then we start adding values to the variable. So then I can divide by 100. It will give me earned. And earned is the amount that will be minted. And there is a condition here that it has to be more than 0. But not necessarily needs to be 1 token. It's literally anything. So literally the moment it starts generating 0.001, it will work. So you can issue the token mint. Okay, so there you have it. Also very important, and again, I'm just going to paste this updated smart contract on the GitHub. I'm going to share the link so you'll have it. Okay, and on earningInfo, if you compare the old smart contract, which I'm going to leave that there, and this smart contract, you're going to see slightly different. We are going to set the for condition as well. And this is what's going to allow us to display that information in the NFT dApp, in the staking dApp, the Web3 dApp. But also it's going to let us reset the counter because it's very important. So when someone claims, we need to make sure that that counter gets back to 0. So it starts counting again, and then we don't keep issuing more tokens, right? So you're going to see that. On the next video, what I'm going to do, and by the way, I have this smart contract already minted. I am just going to use it on the React app. Go ahead, mint it yourself, test it out, and don't forget to see the next video, which I am going to put this in practice on the Web3 application so you can see everything live in action, okay? Well, there you have it. A little bit of math, and we got the contract done. Now, on the next video, what I'm going to do, we're going to push that contract and we're going to stake a token, and we are going to display the staking rewards that the NFT holder has earned by staking the NFT on the vault. So we are going to display live earning information from that particular NFT that was staked. Okay, so that's very useful, and I think it's a must that we show that on the staking dApp. I want to say thank you for all your comments and messages. That definitely gives me a lot of motivation to continue doing this video for you guys. I see a lot of people, like a lot of comments on the videos. I see comments on a lot of videos, some videos, people running into issue. I am a very busy individual myself. I have a lot of work. I have a lot of responsibilities. I am working on the videos. But I am thinking to do the following. I am going to try to find questions from random videos, and I'm going to generate videos to answer those questions. So I'm going to say, I am going to grab 3 or 4 questions or scenarios that I think are scenarios that are better just to talk on a video than just to answer via comment. And if I don't post a video answering a particular question, I will try my best to answer it as I have time to do so. Okay, so I appreciate your support for that. And also, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate that. Okay. Alrighty, so on the next video, we are going to make sure that we see those earnings reflected on our Web3 dApp, okay? That's it for this video. I hope you like my content. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!